Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by my channel. Today I have another video for you, and it's another creative conversation on how to be assertive if you're introverted. Now before we go any further or dig a little deeper into this, let's talk about what an introvert is. The number one response that you hear when someone is defining what an introvert is shy. Okay? Now, I Googled it just to see what definitions would come up, and it says a shy and typically self-centered person. A person predominantly concerned with their own thoughts and feelings rather than with external things. There's several definitions that I'm seeing on the internet that basically reflect that, and that is not a correct definition of what true introversion is. For those of you that have maybe taken a Myers-Briggs test before, your instructor might have explained this to you, but here's a pretty good definition of what an introvert is. Contrary to what most people think, an introvert is not simply a person who is shy. In fact, being shy has little to do with being an introvert. Shyness has an element of apprehension, nervousness, and anxiety, and while an introvert may also be shy, introversion itself is not shyness. Basically, an introvert is a person who is energized by being alone and whose energy is drained by being around other people. I need to repeat that last line. An introvert is a person who is energized by being alone and whose energy is drained by being around other people. This definition is from about.com. I'll leave the link in the description box for that so that you guys can read it over. I just need to emphasize that introverts aren't shy, okay? I am an introvert, and in the past 2 years, I have honestly realized that I am extremely drained about being around other people. I tried not to accept this as true, and I tried to fight this for many years by masking myself as an extrovert, because I think in society it's more common to see extroverted people than introverted. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with being an introvert. There's nothing wrong with it. It's who I am, and I don't know why I was trying to so desperately change it. Nonetheless, that's another video. I just wanted to go and let you guys know what an introvert is. I'm not shy. I'm an introvert. I'm not shy at all. At all. I'm not shy, and I'm not, I have selfish tendencies, but I'm not completely selfish. Don't want anybody around me. That I'm not. An introvert isn't somebody who doesn't want people around them ever. It's just, when I'll give you an example. I work in an office with about 100 people, okay? And I work with a lot of people on a regular basis. So I'm talking to people all the time. I'm having to do a lot of things in a team atmosphere. So when I get home, sometimes I just need a moment to just, woosah, and bring it in. I'm energized by having that moment, that time to myself to re-energize and then be around people again. Like, for example, I had a really long and busy day today. I was talking to all sorts of people today. But I'm home now, and I'm taking my moment, and then I'm about to go to Best Boys and Poets for open mic. So it's not that as an introvert we never want to be around people, period. It's just that we need that time to re-energize, to reboot, and to get back in there to be ready to mingle with some more people. So I hope that gives you guys a pretty good definition of what an introvert is, or at least an idea. This creative conversation is how to be assertive if you're introverted. I can make a song. How to be assertive if you're introverted. Okay, enough. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you three quick tips that I think are really helpful. Number one is to communicate based on need and feeling. A lot of times, as an introverted person, I will withdraw talking, period, just because I'm drained. I'm like, I don't even feel like talking to you, so I'm not even gonna respond to what you say because I don't have the energy. To kind of deal with that, you have to force yourself to communicate, especially if it's for something you need or for something that you're feeling, because otherwise you'll end up having a bunch of regrets of, man, I should have said something. I should have, expressed how I was feeling, or expressed that I needed more than what I was getting. So yes, that's tip number one. Communicate based on need and feeling. Point number two is don't let people speak over you or cut you off. Now, as an introverted person, again, introverted does not mean shy, but sometimes people can, if it's one of those times where someone's talking to you and you feel drained and you don't have the energy to talk to them, people can kind of pick up on that vibe and they'll just talk over you or cut you off. Don't let that happen. Be like, listen, if you're already in mid-sentence and you're trying to get your thought out, go ahead and get your thought out. And if they try to cut you off, say, hey, I was kind of talking. Because if you let them cut you off and let them finish your sentence, I guarantee you that's the end of the conversation. You are not going to feel like talking anymore after that, and you're going to just probably be like, you know what, to the conversation. Just go ahead and throw your hands up at it. So don't let people cut you off. Finish your sentence, finish your statements or whatever you're saying, and push through to have energy. Okay? Now, tip number 3 is to stand your ground. This is kind of like an assertiveness skill, but you really have to stand your ground. If you have something that, you want or that you need or that you feel, you have to stand by whatever it is that thing is. The reason why standing your ground is important is because a lot of times, as an introverted person, as introverted people, we can get really drained by having to repeat ourselves or to be consistent or to, continue to be assertive, like, hey, no, absolutely not, I don't want that. Like, to keep doing that is draining. But in order to have peace and in order to, be a little bit more, content and fulfilled with whatever the situation is, standing your ground is going to help you be able to do that. Now, a lot of times, for myself personally, I have trouble finding that energy to do those things. So the way I do that is in a couple of ways. I listen to music. Music is something that is very healing and energizing to me. So I listen to music on a regular basis all throughout work. I also listen to a lot of motivational talks and things, podcasts and things like that I can just have one earphone in and just kind of listen to that throughout my day, because it kind of gives my mind a reprieve to have my own alone moment time until I have to go to meetings or work with my team. So those are a couple of things that you can do. This video can definitely kind of expand into a larger conversation of how to have difficult conversations, and I don't want to make this too long, so I'll definitely save that for another video. But there are a bunch of things that you can do if your work style is a style that, and you're introverted and your work style is a style that you don't like to necessarily go up to people's cubicles and have these hour-long conversations about things that can have been solved over a 5-minute email, then honey, send your emails. Don't even worry about, doing all this FaceTime. Sometimes it's good for networking and just so that people can know who you are, but don't worry about all that. Take care of you, okay? Other ways to find energy, I'm thinking of these now off the top of my head, but I think you just have to really look within yourself and figure out what works for you. Everybody is going to be different, but those kind of things that I just mentioned are things that work for me, and those are things that I'm continuing to find out work for me. I'm still experimenting, trying to figure out, okay, listen, when coworker X comes to my cubicle and she's on that foolishness, what do I do? How do I have energy? How do I deal with her? Because she drives me crazy. Okay, just kind of think about those things. I know I'm starting to ramble and get a little chatty, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and just leave me some comments in the comment section and let me know if you're introverted and if you have this kind of issue being assertive sometimes because you're drained from being around people. And the number one takeaway from this video is, remember that introverts are not shy people. We are just drained by being around other people, and it's nothing wrong with being introverted. Okay, because look at me, I'm not shy. And I'm not even, I'm starting to get a little drained. This is my second video that I filmed today, so I'm starting to get a little drained. I'm going to have to re-up my energy because I'm about to go out. But anyway, guys, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that this is something that could help someone that's watching it. And let's see. I guess I'll catch you guys on the next video. Now let's get to work. Creatively yours, Kai.